IDA since Noida since 2016. His hard work and efficiency has played a key role in development and improvement of IDA, what it is today. He's an eminent practitioner and outstanding achievements. He has many national publications to his credit. I welcome Dr. Sumit to explain us about the dental registration and its mandatory and its requirement. Dr. Sumit, please take over. Dr. Sumit? So you have to unmute.
Please unmute me. Please unmute me.
Dr. Sumit has to be unmuted, sir.
So it is a still. Thank you, Dr. Girija. This is a still from the movie कयामत से कयामत तक, and the song was पापा कहते हैं बड़ा नाम करेगा. So when we start our practice, most of us have big dreams in our eyes. And what happens when we start our practice? This is the actual scenario when many types of authorities visit to our clinic and serve notices for registrations of various types. So what my family thinks I do and what society thinks I do. I have a big house, big car, and so forth. But actually, I am doing the paperwork. So, good afternoon, everyone. I am going to present about the dental clinic registration and what are the mandatory requirements for it. So, central government in 2010. So in 2010, central government brought a Clinical Establishment Act, so that all the clinical establishments can be registered and regulated, so that minimum standards of facilities and services can be provided to the general public for the improvement in public health. This act is applicable to all kinds of clinical establishments from the public and private sector, including single doctor clinics. The only exceptions will be establishments run by the armed forces. On the similar lines, UP Clinical Establishment Act came into force in 2016, and I will tell you that 11 states and all union territories except Delhi has adopted this act. So we will have to adopt according to the act and get our clinics registered. Before I start with the actual registration process, I have few important provisions to tell you, that no person shall run a clinic unless it has been registered in accordance with the provisions of this act, not for a single day. You can't start your practice before getting your clinic registered. Second important thing is, your clinic registration certificate should be kept in your clinic so that it is visible to any person who visits your clinic. Again, you will have to show your charges and facilities available at your center at a conspicuous place so that it is visible to everyone. And for renewal of, once you are registered, you will have to apply for your provisional certificate. Suppose if your certificate is provisional, then you will have to apply at least 30 days before the expiry of the certificate, and 3 months in case of permanent registration of 5 years. One more thing which is important is, if the patient or the relative of the patient or any legal authorities or the government, if they require and ask for the details of the treatment or any statistics, you will have to give them these documents within 72 hours. So you will have to keep your records updated at least for 3 years. Now, district registering authority. So I request my senior colleagues to take note of it. First thing is, DM is the chairperson, and the chief medical officer of the district is convener, and there are 3 nominated members. Among them, one representation from a professional medical association like IMA or IOS, and in our case, IDA is mandatory. So we should meet to the CMO regarding this and request them to appoint one member from us. Now the documents to be scanned. There are these documents which I will explain one by one. These are the documents which are required while filling the online application form. First of all, we should have our structural layout of the building. So most of the people who are practicing in the authorized area of the Noida, they normally have the layout approved by the architect. So that structural layout of the building has to be uploaded while filling the form. So that should be ready with you. And these are the documents to be scanned. They should be file size should not be more than 2 MB. The next is address proof of the establishment. One passport size photograph of person in charge, certificate from Medical Council of India or State Medical Council, self-attested documents of relevant qualification for doctors and paramedical staff, NOC certificate from Pollution Control Board, one MOU agreement with disposal of medical waste company, and photo for proof of firefighting system in the premises of establishment. First is structural layout of building. I have explained about it, so I have nothing more to say. Address proof of establishment. If you own the property, the lease deed is sufficient. If you don't, if your property is rented, then you will have to upload the rent agreement, valid rent agreement, on 10 rupees stamp paper at least. Now registration certificate from State Dental Council. Everybody here must be thinking that we have this certificate, but the only problem is most of the people who are practicing in Noida, they have their registrations done at Delhi Dental Council. So when you visit, when you upload your documents on the application form, when the CMO team visits to your place or ask you to visit their place, they say that your certificate, you should be registered with the UP State Dental Council. So for that, Dr. Puneet Mehra, who was our president in 2004, he gave an application to the Dental Council of India under RTI Act, and in his reply, the DCI mentioned that any person who is a registered dentist, registered dental hygienist, or registered dental mechanic in a state may practice as such in any other state. So that you will have to submit, you will have to show this RTI to the CMO office. Then they may ask that this RTI was before 2010 when the Clinical Establishment Act came into force. So one Dr. Rajesh from Solan, Himachal Pradesh, he applied for again this RTI, and again the DCI has ruled in 2015. You can see the date. No such rule is prescribed for multiple registration. However, the dentist registered in any of the state may practice dentistry in any of the state of India. So it is a very important document for all of us who are going to apply after that. Now, one of the most important thing is NOC from Pollution Control Board. Without this NOC, you cannot hire a biomedical waste company nowadays. So most of the people don't know how to apply for this Pollution Control Board. For that, you will have to go to niveshmitra.up.nic website. There you will have to register as an entrepreneur, and there is a common application form with basic requirements like your name, address, your business type of business. They take your practice as a business. There you can write dental clinic. Then you will have to register your clinic as enterprise. Again for clinic, you will have to fill a form. That is a other common form with the address of the clinic, with number of employees, and very basic thing. You can very easily fill that document. After that, you will apply for permissions NOC. There is a section there for apply for permissions or NOC. There you will have to choose biomedical waste section, and you will fill the form and you will submit it. They will their team may call you. They can inspect you, and after the inspection or some other formalities, they will issue the certificate like this. This is the certificate issued by the Uttar Pradesh Pollution Control Board. After this certificate, you will have to sign an MOU with Biomedical Waste Management Company. This is an application form. You will have to fill this form, registration form rather. You will have to fill the name of your establishment, your billing address, your service address. If suppose you have given your billing address and clinic address as a different places, then you will have to write your name or any other contact person who has to be contacted in case of any urgency. Again, you will have to type of healthcare establishment. You will have to write others. Sorry, and it has dental clinics also. Then you will have to fill the details about what is the quantity of waste per day, and how many dental chairs you have, number of chairs, and some other details. Once you fill this form, they will sign an MOU or agreement with you, and their service can be hired, service can be taken. These are some biomedical waste companies operating in Noida with their number. So you can contact them and take their services. After that, you will have to take firefighting system. Firefighting system is mandatory, and for this, you can purchase the firefighting system from any vendor, any registered vendor, and he will issue a certificate like this. If you don't have the certificate, the payment receipt or the photo of the this equipment installed in your clinic are sufficient. So in any of the three things you can upload on the website. One more thing, somebody asked me, Dr. Sonal Goyal asked me what should be the quantity or what should be the weight of the firefighting system that is required for our dental clinic. For that, I have seen so many documents. It is not mentioned everywhere about the quantity. I read it somewhere that it is up to you and your accommodability, that you can affordability and how big size you can accommodate in your clinic. That should be the quantity. Next, you will go to the website, that is up.uphealth.in. This is the flow chart of the form. I will show the actual form if I got the time for this. Otherwise, you can see you first you will have to register on the uphealth.in as a individual citizen. Once you do the citizen login, you will have to go to the click on registration of medical establishment. After that, you will have to fill details of registration of medical establishment form and all the relevant documents which I have already told you will have to be uploaded on the website. After fulfilling the form, when you submit it, you will generate an affidavit. That affidavit has to be printed on 10 rupees stamp paper and fill it, notarize it, and you will have to upload that affidavit. And after uploading the affidavit, you will do the final submission. After the final submission, this is the affidavit I was talking about. This affidavit you will have to be get it printed on the 10 rupees stamp paper. Now, once you apply, you will get the acknowledgement immediately from the UP Health Department. And one more thing I want to tell you, provisional registration has to be issued by the registering authority, that is CMO office, within 10 days without any inquiry. That is totally up to your self-declaration. He cannot inquire you for your provisional registration. And this provisional registration is valid for 1 year. If within 1 year they don't issue a permanent registration, then you will have to apply before the expiry of this provisional registration. That means before 30th April, so that can be renewed again. And for permanent registration, CMO office will have to call you within 30 days.
5 minutes more. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay, I will finish it. And within 30 days, and they will call you and tell you that our team will visit your place on so and so date. So you will have to be ready with all your original documents, original affidavit, and with all the staff who is working over there. And after inspection and verification of the clinical establishment, checking that all the requirements and criteria are fulfilled, they will issue the permanent registration, and this permanent registration is valid for 5 years. Now, it is the right of the nodal officer to accept or reject the application form by mentioning the cause of rejection. Nodal officer will appoint the inspection committee to schedule, I have already told you. Then inspection committee should upload its inspection report in the portal. Based on the inspection report, CMO is free to approve or reject the application. If application will be approved, the computer generated registration certificate will be made available on the dashboard of applicants. Either you can get it printed yourself from the website, or you can collect it from the CMO office. Validity of the certificate will be 30th April of the next year from the date of issuance. Applicant can apply for renewal of registration certificate through their login, but before the 30th April of next financial year. If your clinic is not approved, if you are not satisfied with their inspection, then you can also appeal to the State Council within 30 days from the receipt of such order along with a fee of rupees 5,000. After receiving your application, receiving your appeal, the dental council will arrange a hearing and inform you within 30 days, and either you or your legal counsel can visit to their place and their order will be final. Now registration fees. In our case, we are practicing in a metro city. The registration fees for the provisional is 200 rupees, and for permanent registration it is not more than 1,000 rupees. And these are the penalties. If first of all, I will like to tell you there is no imprisonment for the registration. If your clinic is not registered, there is no imprisonment for us. But monetary penalties are there. Like if any team visits to your clinic, if you don't allow them to enter in your premises or provide any false information, that first contravention will attract you 10 times of registration fees, second 20 times, third 50 times, and subsequent contravention can cause permanent rejection or cancellation of registration of your establishment. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sumit, for guiding us. It is an absolute need of the day. Again, so we will take up the questions. If you have any, please keep it coming. Moving on to the next speaker, Dr. Shilpa Agarwal. She has done her MDS from GDC Mumbai.